Next tonight, people inside state police, even legal experts, are questioning a management change at the agency. A high-ranking state trooper accused of breaking law 5 years ago was just placed in charge of compliance. Chris Nakamoto in the investigative unit asking how this decision was made.
Michael, when we asked about the trooper selected to lead the compliance division despite his prior disciplinary history, state police claim they did not promote him to compliance. He's just now in charge of it, but didn't want to address much else.
I think the optics here are terrible.
Tenured LSU law professor Ken Levy is weighing in on a decision by the state's premier law enforcement agency to place a man who admitted to violating the law.
I just can't imagine that there weren't more deserving candidates
In charge of state police's compliance section.
This is compliance of all things, and to have somebody who engaged in this kind of misconduct only 5 years ago, I mean, it's serious misconduct. It's violation of a federal criminal statute, and he did it, it seems like at least over 40 times, if not over 50 times. It sends a message that we're not taking this seriously.
Captain Robert Burns was the focus of a WBRZ investigative unit report in 2017. We reported an internal inquiry from state police found he illegally searched names in law enforcement databases for personal reasons. He was given a 64-hour suspension and a strongly worded letter about his actions. This is directly from that letter. His boss is writing, since November of 2013, continuing until October 2016, you have conducted law enforcement search inquiries through CoLogic and MobileCop for non-law enforcement purposes in violation of department policy and federal law. The letter goes on to suggest he ran his ex-wife's name 46 times, her fiance's 2 times, and a previous boyfriend of hers 4 times.
It's basically sending the message to other troopers that, first of all, that the person who's overseeing you in the compliance division does not have clean hands at all, and so there's going to be, I think that's going to promote some distrust among his subordinates, if not the public.
Several troopers expressed concerns about someone who was disciplined after serious accusations of violating department policy and federal law, running the Compliance and Standards Division at State Police. They were also concerned about the example this appointment sets for the rest of the agency. Of course, none of the concerned troopers would agree to be interviewed on camera out of fear of retaliation.
I imagine there's many other state troopers who have not engaged in any misconduct 5 years ago or since, who might have been better qualified.
The controversy comes as state police is still cleaning up cover-ups tied to the death of Ronald Green in North Louisiana. The grand jury is scheduled to convene next month, 3.5 years after his death. Tonight, Levy believes Burns' discipline tied to searching names illegally amounted to light discipline, and to get placed over the compliance section appears to be a bad decision.
He violated a federal criminal statute, and he did it arguably dozens of times. This wasn't a one-off or a two-off. This was, again, it looks like over 50 times. That's egregious misconduct. And most of us, if we violated a federal criminal statute, we would not get a mere slap on the wrist. We would be prosecuted and probably suffer serious punishment. So he got away with it.
In a letter Colonel Lamar Davis sent to all of state police, he told them to congratulate Burns on his new position. The colonel's letter says the goal of the unit is to focus on fair and impartial policing, de-escalation, and community engagement. Michael?